everything will get all for a moment, but then you'll be out of here.
What the hell kind of explanation is that?
Persona 5 Strikers is not what I expected. I wasn't really following it or its Japanese release outside of the initial announcement trailer, which I only gave a cursory glance. I thought this was going to be a Persona 5 Musou, you know, like Dynasty Warriors or Hyrule Warriors, but this time with Persona 5, and I was totally on board for that, so there was no need to keep my eye on it. But that's not what Persona 5 Strikers is. It's not really a Musou at all, and the one thing it does take from that subgenre is what people who are bad at Musou games think is the only thing Musou has to offer. Essentially, Persona 5 Strikers plays just like any story-driven Persona RPG, except instead of turn-based combat, it has a frantic action system where you can mow down a ton of enemies. Combat is still encounter-based, and you'll only get encounters while in this game's form of dungeons, not palaces, but jails. In Musou games, all those hundreds and thousands of enemy soldiers running around that you can take out with a few swings are there to represent vast forces fighting a full-scale war on a battlefield. They're used to convey strategies, enemy direction, and give you an idea of how you're faring. You aren't supposed to go around and kill all of those soldiers. They're grunts, pawns. You're supposed to run or ride right past them so you can go and complete objectives and take out enemy bosses. The combat in P5S though is, well, it's exactly what a Musou isn't. An enemy encounter is won by killing all the enemies. While this would make a traditional Musou game less interesting, it works surprisingly well here because Persona 5 Strikers has a lot more to offer than just combat. Battles are also paced quite well. You're not going to have to kill like 10,000 enemies to win a single encounter or anything like that. Most are over relatively quickly. I should also say that in terms of mechanics, there is plenty of variety and it's a lot of fun. They masterfully adapted a lot of the mechanics from the turn-based system. Baton Pass from Persona 5 is what you use in Strikers to change which character you're controlling. There are also personas and persona skills, all-out attacks, enemy strengths and weaknesses, and you've even got your trusty gun. Outside of combat though, what you're going to find is more or less a continuation of the original game, a story set some time after the events of Persona 5. It seems like it will be a more condensed experience. I don't think this one will go on for over 100 hours, but you still get all the persona fusing, running around Tokyo, character interactions, dungeon crawling, and story. There's just less indulgence than the original because this is very much on the level of a spin-off. As for the story, it does take a little while to get going because they have made a conscious decision to start slow and ease potential new players into it so they won't be too confused. At this relatively early stage, I'd say that you'll get the most out of Persona 5 Strikers if you've played Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal, but it is not essential if you just want to play Strikers. This is only a preview though. I'm only allowed to cover the first story arc, or jail, so keep an eye out for my full review closer to launch where I'll be able to answer some of these hypotheticals a little more definitively. For reference, I am playing the PS4 version, but I'm playing it on PS5. It runs very well with a solid 60 frames per second, even on the quality graphics setting. It will also be coming to the Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. All three versions launch on February 23rd. To close out the preview, I just have to say that I love the new character, Sophia. The writing and voice work is top notch and she's already made me laugh quite a few times already.
So, you want to help us out?
Correct. What is your problem?
Well, we're lost. I guess we're looking for a way out of here?
A way? Will reaching the surface solve your problem of a way out of here? Yeah. It would? Okay. I've got it. I'm searching for a way out of here.
And I guess I should mention that the voice work is great all round, as should be expected since all the original Persona 5 English voice actors returned to reprise their roles in Strikers. And that's enough from me. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I might be able to give you the answers you're looking for once the review embargo lifts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.
Thanks for the liking, subscribing, and sharing!